if you, your company, your clients are thinking of canceling an event, I'm telling you right now, don't cancel. You can go virtual. There's a lot of ways that where you can deliver that same quality experience using various styles. How do you start with the planning process of a virtual event?
Starting with the agenda and thinking about reaching out to technical providers early on in the process so they can sort of help direct you and figure out the tech behind it. I don't think anyone's expecting meeting planners to figure out the tech as much as they are, hey, this is what I want to do. Can you make this happen? How do I make that happen? So reaching out to people early on can fix some of those things up front.
But that's why it's important to set a clear purpose and goal first. A digital meeting or conference can be planned and successfully delivered in a lot of different ways. What technical solution you decide or you choose to depend on depends on the purpose and the goal of your event and the resources that you have. Then choose the technology solution that matches. You're creating the same event with the same purpose and goals. It's just about understanding those key differences between the in-person and the virtual. So some of these key differences include, well, the obvious, you're no longer at a venue with a group. Now you're creating this event for a distributed audience. So engaging content is going to be, and the well-planned interaction strategy is going to be key to keeping your audience's attention and keeping them engaged and making sure you're creating that valuable experience for them. Since the attendee isn't there, you want to also make sure that you're efficiently delivering all of the relevant content in app. Things like agendas or programs, speaker bios, handouts, presentation decks, any relevant event content that you can distribute before, during, or after the event. Well, question you always have to ask yourself first, which is what kind of experience are you creating? It really isn't. We created a model here at MeetApp that actually helps our customers guide them through the decision-making process of picking an experience by considering these three factors, which is first, quality, second is interactivity, and the third is cost. Those are really kind of the three things that we have our customers consider when they're trying to figure out what exactly is it that they're trying to produce here. What does this mean when translating all of that kind of triangle into practical application? How does it apply to your program? Well, if you have a larger audience, like a plenary or general session, then you want to go with either a live stream or like a webinar tool. This keeps interactivity lower in that it's more guided interaction through tools like polling or Q&A, and restricts the attendees from turning on their cameras and their mics and taking over the conversation. Then you have your smaller breakouts or your workshops. So that's where your tools like Zoom Meeting or GoToMeeting or WebEx, Microsoft Teams, or even Google Meet come into play.
Yeah, so we wanted to kind of show the difference of something you could use that you obviously already have. So I just have a small tripod with I've got a Samsung Galaxy Note 10. So you can see the image quality from it's a little bit better. I think the resolution's better than the built-in webcam on my computer. And then from there, I'm also just using kind of a small USB microphone, which I think cuts out a lot of the ambient noise in the room. But I happen to be fortunate because I'm in Florida and I have lots of sunlight. So it's pretty bright in here and not having issues on that side. Yeah. So I am actually right now on my laptop. I've got a little bit nicer of a webcam setup, but it is a webcam. So it's not like any special like high quality camera by any means, but I do have this nice little Yeti microphone that I got to say is fantastic. The sound quality on it is, I think, really, really great. This particular line here, the blue line, is really popular with podcasters. And I have a simple 3-point lighting setup. I actually have, one light set up, an umbrella light on my left here, just to kind of, fill the room up or fill the subject up, which is myself. I have a second light that's pointing on this angle as a fill light. And then I have a backlight set up to kind of separate me from the background. There are no other lights on in the room. It's literally just these 3 lights. And that's kind of a standard setup. Now,
So we are all away from each other, and basically I'm using the conferencing platform to bring in each person on individual channels on our fly pack, which contains the switcher and all the gear that we need for streaming and whatnot. And then I manipulate it by having each person full screen, or by using multi-viewers to put up these sort of the fantastic split screen that we use quite often here. So when you do something like this, you can scale things from any number of participants and actually produce the stream as if it were sort of like a broadcast or a TV show. There's no reason that you could not use professional broadcasting principles when everyone is remote like we are now, if that makes any sense to you.
Do you have a range of what the costs involved with doing a virtual event?
As basic as you want to go to the sky's the limit. It's really what you and your client are looking for in the end product. But I would say for a virtual very easy stream, you could be looking as low as the cost of a technician for the day and some minimal equipment. So $1,000 to a couple $1,000, and then you want to get into a real nice broadcast, pre-recording, multi-shoot thing. I mean, we can go as high as you'd like. So it really covers the gamut, but there's definitely, packages out there that'll fit every budget we need.
The most important part of your event is engagement. Engagement is the driver that helps increase content awareness, consumption, retention. It's also that catalyst to drive the more meaningful connections. If you start with that digital first mindset and create a strategy to deliver quality content to keep it relevant and interesting, deliver a high production value to keep people engaged, give them that sense of calm, that sense of quality, and provide your attendees with that digital catalyst to create those meaningful connections. And for you customers out there, that's your activity feed, your dialogue section, your participant section in your Meetup event app, then you're already at a great start.